Uh, Shalom, all praise and glory to Yahawah Bashim Hashab Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstones. Citations to you, I can teach all truth and sincerity. It's going to be called The World Will Soon Know Who Yahawah Bashim Yahshua is. Um, Especially the true um well, they already understand that the Heavenly Father's Son does not look like that 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 depiction that they have lied to the world about. um the as the prophets have been out here on the highways and byways, they understand that the Heavenly Father's Son looks like, has woolly hair and has dark skin, and he would be a part of the tribe of Judah, which are the so-called Negroes, and he will be coming back in a chariot, which is going to block out the entire sky. So I'm gonna read. This is Psalms 68 verse 17. It says, "The chariots of the Most High are 20,000s, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place." And the chariots are the UFOs, the ICP, the Salaki, the UAPs, the flying saucers, um, the different vehicles in the sky that come from the space. Those vehicles, those things that are riding in the sky that's coming from space. Those vehicles, Yahweh, those are his vehicles that he created for the angels to travel in from different dimensions, from the fourth dimension to our dimension. The angels travel in those chariots to come to our dimension, to go into the ocean, to explore the ocean, to explore different species, to explore nature. They travel in those chariots to roam through different temperatures and atmospheres, and deal with creation. They travel in those chariots. They're watching the earth 24/7 uh, in those chariots. Um, that's how the election of nation Israel will be delivered, with those, through those chariots. And I'm gonna read. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 23 verse 18. It says, "A man that breaketh widow lock say thus in his heart, who seeth me, I compasseth no, I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sin. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts." Yeah, because the angels are the eyes of the Lord. The angels are reporting everything that's going down here in Babylon. In Babylon, all in all places on the earth, they're reporting everything. So the Heavenly Father Yahweh knows, has his eyes everywhere, and those are the angels. And nobody's getting away with anything. Um, you know, um, I'm going to Isaiah 66 in verse uh, 15. This Isaiah 66 verse 15 says, "For behold, um, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." So when Yahawashi comes back, he's not going to um, plead with words. He's going to just blast you with fire on that day. Um, and it's going to be many that's going to die in that time. Death is going to be everywhere. It's going to be blood up to the horse's bridle, which is up to the horse's neck. Um, you know, and in that day, like I said, it's going to be a dark and gloominess day, the day of the Lord, when He comes to judge, the people. Um, and the only ones that's going to be saved and delivered and receive salvation and not judgment in that day will be the election. The election will be delivered and will experience protection, experience the angels having charge over them, keeping them from, you know, getting hurt, um, delivering them out of circumstances that were impossible during that time. The Heavenly Father Yahawah is gonna show Yahawashi Yahshua is gonna show who are His, who He's dealing with, who's not dealing with in that time. Uh, 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 15. It's, it says, in 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 15, and when the servant of the man of God was rising early and going forth, behold, a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto me, Alas, my master, how shall we do? He answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And that's the angels. The angels, it's about 1 billion angels in the heavens that, the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, is going to empty out heaven to bring in and usher in the kingdom of heaven. All the angels are going to come down out of heaven and usher in the kingdom of heaven and deliver the elect um, unto salvation and deliverance. Um, because we have more with us than we think. In the spirit world, there's men of the Lord that have that are already in the spirit world, praying for the election that are on earth, and the angels are given charge over particular men of the Lord to keep them um, protected in these evil times to come. We'll go to Second Esdras 13, verse 7. Second Esdras 13, verse 7 says, But I would have seen the region place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. And this talked about, the huge fathership that Yahawashi is going to come in when he comes back, which is going to cover the entire sky, across the entire four corners of the earth, from Babylon to South America to Asia to Africa, to Australia, um, to Iceland, Greenland, all across the entire earth. The the chariot will cover the entire skies everywhere. So not one place will be able to pinpoint where that chariot ends, because it's gonna be so huge. It's gonna cover everything on Earth. Every sky on Earth is gonna be covered. You know, that's how huge that chariot is gonna be. Um, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, neither any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. Because he's gonna judge, he's gonna blast the wicked, and with those laser beams from the chariots, which is that blast of fire. You know, it says, and out of his mouth a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Yeah, because when you see the huge fathership, and you see people getting blasted and turning into dust, their clothes and their body disintegrating into dust, right at the ground, as soon as they're blasted, you know, that's gonna make people afraid and bow and be like, damn, you know, and seriously bow, you know, praying that they don't get blasted, praying they're not next. Um, Anyway, I'm gonna say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstones, salutations to you, welcome to all true sincerity and shalom.